Mark my words, if a man feels below you, it will not work. If they see you and they just put you on a higher pedestal, it will inevitably fall apart.
Yeah, women only date men who are superior to them. In the relationship hierarchy, he needs to be superior, otherwise she's going to feel no attraction. Which is strange when you consider that it's men who are consistently shamed by the culture for always thinking in terms of hierarchies. You know, it's men who are accused of always being obsessed with status and ranking, thinking in terms of who has the power or what's your place in the social order. Women are beyond that, we're told. Women think in terms of everyone being the same, you know, feminism is about equality. And yet female hypergamy reveals how it is women, not men, women who literally cannot even conceive of a relationship unless it's based on a hierarchy. Women only ever date men that they feel are above them. To these women, equality is a myth and there are only two options, dating up or dating down.
Researchers say they are seeing a trend of women dating down, which means, you know, a man who...
dating down. Really?
All right, listen, it was in the prompt, right?
Really? Who wrote that?
I mean, I say all that.
Jeez.
Disgruntled. This is just the reality of it. So women, you know, we're more educated now, and I think that we're furthering our education. So with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
All right. So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, you know, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one, right? You can't be the one to pay for the meal and because you're dating down.
Dating down. I hate that. Yeah.
What is that about? It wasn't called dating down.
Right.
Yeah.
When men were the breadwinners and all that.
It's called taking care of
Now
your
it's
family.
dating down.
Yeah.
What is that?
You know the saying, when a man makes a lot of money, he thinks, great, now I can provide for the woman in my life. But when a woman makes a lot of money, she thinks, great, now I don't need to have a man in my life. What a difference there is between men and women. No one has the courage to say this out loud, but let's just be real here. Women believe that they are inferior to men. They consider it their proper place to be beneath men. That's why you don't see women dating men who are younger than them, shorter than them, or who make less money. It's because women feel that it is right and correct for them to be inferior to men. Hey, don't blame me. This is what women believe. If you put a man in front of a woman and that man is less experienced, less accomplished, less intelligent than her, then she has no attraction to him. This is the undeniable truth behind hypergamy, that women deep down believe that men are superior. And if her relationship does not match this internally felt hierarchy, then it will feel unnatural to her and she'll have no interest.
As a girl, you want to find a partner that exceeds you in every single area. So like you want someone that looks better than you, is smarter than you, is more hardworking, has better like social characteristics. Like you look for a partner that has like better qualities than you, or at least like meets you.
Think about this. Why is it when a woman says, I don't need a man, that people consider that to be empowering? Why would that be unless women are starting from the base assumption that they are inferior to men, which therefore makes it surprising that a woman doesn't need a man and is able to make it on her own. If a woman succeeds in business or does some other notable accomplishment and everyone says, wow, that's so impressive, it's so amazing to see a woman succeed like this, are they not implicitly admitting that they believe women are inferior? And that's what makes her accomplishment so noteworthy? At one point, they might have been able to claim that it's not about women being inferior. It's impressive because that woman is overcoming discrimination. Because we live in a sexist, patriarchal society that's always discriminating against women. Decades past, you could make that case, but if there are any women out there who still have the nerve in 2024 to claim that they are a victim, fuck you. Open your eyes. You're not a victim, you're privileged. And pretending that you are a victim of this systemic and widespread discrimination because you are a woman is so tone deaf. It's time to wake up to the reality of which gender actually still faces discrimination. Women have outnumbered men in higher education since 1979. In the United States last year, there were 10 million women enrolled in college and only 7 million men. Where's the discrimination? These researchers analyzed 20,000 applications applications, they found that women were 36% more likely to be hired than a man. Where's the discrimination? Or how about we talk about the endless stream of scholarships that are specifically designed to help women? It's time to face the facts. In 2024, if you are surprised and delighted at a woman's accomplishments, if it impresses you that a woman was able to achieve something of note, that is because deep down you believe that women are inferior. And that same belief is why you refuse to date men who you consider to be beneath you. I'm going to explain the implications of all of this on dating in just a moment. But first, all men inherently recognize that it's good for their self-esteem when they do something nice for themselves. You get that rise in self-esteem because you've done something good for your health. You go for a run, you go to the gym, then you get to come home feeling good about yourself, knowing that you've done something good for your health. Well, with the sponsor of today's video, you get to have that positive feeling every single day as you do something good for your skin. I'm talking, of course, about Tiege Hanley, the skincare company specifically designed to help men. No more tired, unhealthy, old-looking skin. Time to look fresh and vibrant. The starter pack comes with everything that you need: AM and PM cream, daily moisturizer, facial scrub, and an instruction card that makes it easy. Tells you what products to apply, how much, and at what time of day. Tiege Hanley have made it so easy for you. If you live inside the United States, they'll even ship it directly to your door for free. Everyone loves Tiege Hanley, not just because of the quality of their products, but because they have been going nuts with the deals recently. It is crazy to not take advantage of this. When you order your first product, not only will you get 40% off that product, but you'll also get 20% off for life and a free gift worth a minimum $20 in value. Either this premium scrubbing tool or this manicure set. It's an unbelievable deal. Click the link in the description box below and start taking better care of the health of your skin today. Okay, back to women believing that they are inferior to men and the implications that this hypergamy has on their dating lives.
Like, would you date an average guy?
Okay, if you're all average all across the board, probably not, no. You need something to stand out. If you're gonna be average and low, why? Because who wants to date, like...
Aren't you average?
I guess everybody's average, but when you're trying to present yourself to somebody, you don't really want to be average.
But you know what? You've actually just made the case for female hypergamy. You're, in my estimation, you strike me as a fairly average woman. I'm not saying that to be insulting, yet you need a guy to set himself apart, to be more than just average.
I don't. I just...
You just said it.
Ladies, your actions betray you. We can see by your dating choices how you truly feel about yourself. You can claim that you're strong and independent and as good as any man, but your actions do not match your words. Because why, if that was true, are you only attracted to men who you view as superior to you? Let's face it, you would not be dating a man expecting him to be a pillar of strength unless you believed that your own foundation was weak. And you know the saddest part is that you're wrong. Women, you're not weak, you're not inferior. All that's happened is that you have lost faith in your own femininity. You've been too busy worshipping masculinity, trying desperately to become men. You see it everywhere. Anytime a young woman cuts her hair short like a man, or studies engineering, or wants to play rugby, anytime she acts like a man, everybody cheers. We are worshipping masculinity inside women. It's so weird. What are we doing? Why is everybody out there saying, oh, it's so great that women are trying to be men? I mean, what the fuck? When it comes to appreciating femininity, women have dropped the ball. If you want to find sincere appreciation of womanhood and femininity in this culture, you need to look to men. Men love femininity. To the masculine eye, femininity is not just different, it's extraordinary. Because as men, we respect what we don't own. And femininity is a strength that flows so differently to masculinity. That's why it's so frustrating that we have this generation of women who believe that they are inferior, that femininity is weak. It isn't. Femininity is very strong in its own way. When I watch Emily play with our daughter, I am so moved and inspired by how much strength there is in her femininity. Strength I do not possess. Her patience, her unending kindness, her devotion to our family, to creating this beautiful, enriching childhood for our daughter. I'm not putting myself down. I'm strong too. But I have masculine strength. I have clarity of values. I have vision. I have boundaries. I have ambition. When you want that stuff, I'm your guy. But if our family needs some feminine strength, we lean on Emily. And that's how it's meant to work. In a healthy relationship, both the man and the woman are meant to bring these complementary energies together. They work as a team in cooperation, creating a functional whole. Women who believe that being feminine makes them inferior to masculine men have completely missed the point. Both masculinity and femininity are beautiful and strong in their own unique ways. They are not in competition with each other. If I was to ask you, what is superior, your nose or your ears? You would correctly respond that that is a moronic question. They both serve different functions, contributing to the overall health of the organism of which they are a part. And so it is with men and women. Masculinity is not superior to femininity, nor is femininity superior to masculinity. Men aren't better than women, and women aren't better than men. I mean, what a childish, stupid way of looking at the world. It reminds me of the arguments I had in grade 1 on the playground at school. Did we not grow out of that? Are there really people still that immature? If you want to understand what a human being is, like an alien species comes down and says, show me what humans are, you understand you can't just show them a single individual. It would make no sense. One gender cannot represent our entire species. Man and woman are separate halves of an indivisible whole. Now, I know that some of you guys have been saying this in the comments section of my videos for years, and I am sorry that I am so late to the party, but I'm beginning to see that the whole concept of hypergamy is inherently flawed at its foundation. Women wanting to date men who they consider to be superior to them assumes that men and women exist in the same hierarchy, that our statuses can be compared, but they can't. Men and women are different. But so many of these modern women, they can't see that because they're lost. They think that they're men. They think that they should be competing with men. They've totally lost faith in their own femininity. Hypergamy, as we see it play out in today's culture, is a complete perversion of what it should be. A woman saying, well, I make 100K, so I would only date a man who makes 200K because I would never date down, that is completely missing the point. Hypergamy should express itself like this. I am a woman, I am feminine. I need to find a man who is strong in his masculine. That way I can look up to, admire, and even worship his masculinity, knowing that doing so will bring out more of my femininity. Men, as far as I can tell, have still maintained this purity of preference. Men still look up to, admire, and worship the femininity of the women that they are attracted to. I guess you could say men are doing hypergamy way better than women at this point, but that's probably not what hypergamy really means. We need like a new word. But it's interesting, right? Like how men never bought into this idea that they were in competition with women. That's a mind virus that infected the female mind, but men remained immune. Why is that? And how do we deprogram a woman from this nonsense? How do we bring her back to her own femininity? I want to go into a lot more depth on this topic, and so I'm going to spend the rest of this video explaining all of this stuff. The rest of this video is available on Patreon. What you see posted here on YouTube is just the shortened, abridged versions of my videos. If you like my stuff, you want to hear more, you want more depth, come on over to Patreon. You can access the full-length versions of all of my videos.